For every day that they refused to tell us who was on the Diddy Party guest list, I'm gonna oil up one of my bros. And don't think I won't do it. I know where they keep it. It's at CVS. They have it in big, big bottles. I'll oil up one of my bros. I'll put it on the staircase. No one leaves. All you have to do is write down all the names of the guests from the Diddy Party. People think Diddy's just, oh, he's a good musician. Oh, no, he's a rapper. No. Oh, and it starts tonight. For every night that I don't know who was on the guest list, one of my bros gets oiled up. He might even get back shots. I'm a man of my word.
Welcome, villagers, to the Saucecast. Just kidding. It's the Village People, episode 56. It's Friday, November 15th. And you just heard a clip, not from Nick Fuentes, but what I imagine to be Nick Fuentes if he became the Joker.
He isn't already?
Well, right now he's like Arthur Fleck in the first movie, but soon he's gonna realize that the black girl that he's been dating for a few months is in his imagination, and he's gonna go off the deep end completely.
All right, I can't wait.
Yeah, all right. We got a great show planned this week. Before we get to the star of the show, or I guess the village idiot of the week, Nicholas J. Fuentes, we've got a couple other things to share. Starting with Temu ads. The ads themselves have been crazy for a while, but now the products that they are attempting to sell are just way above their weight. I saw an ad today for a hydraulic car lift being sold on Temu. People are going to die.
My own mechanic shop.
Temu mechanic shop. Temu lube, if you will. People are gonna fucking die, dude. I'm scared to be under one of those lifts in a professional setting. If I knew it was fucking built by Temu and sold for, I don't know, $1,000, you couldn't pay me enough to work on a car under there. Underwear? Under there.
It reminds me, I mean, not as dangerous, but like
what?
Sheen furniture.
What?
Yes.
What?
I said it's not as extreme as that, but it reminds me a lot of Sheen furniture.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing either. But you're right. No, it's not as extreme, but like they've been ratcheting up the extremity. These two sites.
Like, do you think I'm gonna give $300 to Sheen for a couch, bitch? I'm gonna get a doll couch in the mail.
$300. You might as well just like save up another $300 and get a real couch.
Seriously.
Like a used couch or something. Yeah, go thrifting or driving around your neighborhood. Yeah, I mean, a couch is not going to kill anybody, but
Yeah.
that $300 is going to go down the toilet really quick. Imagine fucking on a Shimu. On a Shimu?
Shimu! Stop the Sheen Temu crossover.
Sheen Temu
for
crossover we've
furniture.
all been waiting for. A couch made out of fabric that disappears in the wash. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So how many emails a day are you getting from the Harris campaign asking for your money?
None. Because I never signed up.
She never signed up. Well, they've been harassing everybody. I got like 3 emails in one day this week.
I feel like I get is like the amount of emails you guys get from Harris, I get for like Temu.
Interesting. Are they trying?
Like I get a shit ton of Temu emails, and it's always like, "Don't forget about this in your cart." Yet I haven't opened the app in like months. It's like, bitch, there's nothing in my cart.
Yeah, I don't think I have it on my phone anymore.
I don't either.
Oh. That's...
But I still get emails for it.
Right. I mean, I'm sure I get emails from them too. I just don't see them. I guess. But yeah, no, I got 3 in one day, and I mean they come every single day. And I told you about the one that the message was cut off and it said now is not the time to throw up.
Yes, love that one.
How did you know? Yeah, so I saw someone say that it was for the recount fund, but
right.
Huh?
I just said geez, right? Excuse me.
No, I won't do
it. Okay.
I won't do it.
You won't do it.
But apparently, the Harris campaign went $20 million over their $1 billion budget.
How do you do that?
By paying for a bunch of concerts in swing states. Holy shit. Andrew Tate tweeted about Matt Gaetz being appointed. Do you know what Matt Gaetz was appointed as today?
Attorney General.
Get the fuck out of here. Okay, so Andrew Tate said, been going down the Matt Gaetz rabbit hole since his appointment an hour ago. This guy's a badass. So, sex trafficker recognizes sex trafficking game. Mm-hmm. Sex trafficking game recognizes sex trafficking game. That's crazy. But yeah, anyways, it was just like a bunch of, like I said, it's just a bunch of concerts in swing states and $1 million to Oprah for an appearance, stuff like that. Important, vital stuff like that. Oh yeah, another email that with the title had, "It's okay to feel sad."
And it's bad news. Bad things are happening.
But yeah, and then I told you on that episode that got lost, I told you about how they were literally harassing Mom, saying like, you say you support Kamala, but you haven't given us a single cent.
Yeah, it's like, what's new? Politicians being predatory.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, predatory, sure, but like straight up like bitchy.
Oh yeah,
and rude. Like,
absolutely.
At least like grin through your teeth, and act like you are a nice person or whatever. And then have you seen like liberals tweeting about?
Yeah, I've seen liberals.
You heard about this? Liberals? You know about this? You heard about this?
You've heard of it? Anyone heard about liberals?
You heard about liberals? How many liberals does it take to screw my ass? 1. No. Have you seen like liberals tweeting like racist shit because like minorities voted for Trump?
Damn, no. I mean, I'm not surprised, but I
No,
haven't seen it.
it's like it's become such an epidemic. It's like a meme now. Like someone saying like fuck Latinos and Arabs. There, I said it. Hope you all get deported and banned.
Jesus.
And this person has like an American flag and the pride flag in their name.
It's like, yes, we are mad at, well, not mad, we're disappointed and frustrated with people who voted against their own rights. But at the end of the day, saying that they don't deserve rights is the exact opposite of what you claim to stand for.
Yeah.
Like, just because I make a little joke about the people of Florida getting hit with another hurricane and me not caring doesn't mean I actually don't care. It's just a little joke out of frustration.
Yeah, I mean...
But at the end of the day, all of those people deserve aid and help, and they don't deserve to die from neglect from their government.
Yeah, I remember that like discourse happening during, a couple weeks ago, and I don't know. There's probably a lot of people were joking, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that like genuinely were just like, yeah, fuck that whole side of the country. There's no good people.
How I look at it is I just hope these people learn.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks that if they have to learn from experience, but they need to learn. That's it.
Yeah.
They don't need to die.
They don't even need to learn the hard way.
Yeah,
it's just wild that they'll simultaneously blame it on racism and sexism, and then just like denounce like minorities and women that voted for Trump and say, well, I'm a good person because I want you to have rights, but fuck your rights, I guess.
exactly.
It really just shows like that a lot of people that claim to be on the left are really just want to are trying to be friends with they want minorities to think they're cool, and the second they realize that's not working, they just snap back to the right.
Of course, because liberals are all just Republicans in disguise.
Scratch a liberal and a fascist bleeds, as they say.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is why it's going to be so fucking funny when Trump hits office. I think it might have already started, even though he's not in office, but when they start decrying genocide in Palestine because Trump's in office and it's fashionable to care again.
Yeah.
And then, James Carville came out and said that the Democrats were too woke.
Let me show you how it's done. Cajun style.
Jesus.
And he's like, they really fucking weren't.
She gave us nothing.
Yeah, someone said on Threads, the crazy thing about the Dems went too far left narrative is we just saw one of the most conservative campaigns ever run by a Democrat. These people don't understand that politics has shifted completely under their feet. We are in a new era of populism, and the right has a 10-year head start. The left almost made the shift with Bernie, but now we are fighting a steep uphill battle. It will only get worse until the Democratic leadership changes. But they won't. They'll never learn.
But they won't.
And then a shit ton of people in New York voted for both Trump and AOC.
How?
I need to meet that voter.
Like, I need to know what their mind is like.
I mean, she polled like opinions from these people, and the basic sentiment was like some people were like, well, I think you and Trump are both like for the working class, or they're both considered they are both considered outsiders from the establishment. I can't remember any other I don't want to say takes, but yeah. And then over 75,000 of the counted votes were write-ins for Hawktua and Talktua.
Stop.
We just need to be
Jesus
nuked. We just need to be nuked.
Please.
Like again,
Just don't
liberals
vote. Just
liberals
simply
are
don't vote.
liberals are also being shitty by saying like that people without college degrees shouldn't be able to vote. If everyone with a college degree voted, Kamala would have won. And it's like, it's one of those things where you can agree with the sentiment. I'm fine if, you know, like if Nick Fuentes was shot in the middle of the street, I wouldn't care, right? It's like, it's fine. But
I would be jumping for joy.
But I wouldn't want the state to execute him. It's like, yes,
right.
Do I think that there's a lot of stupid people that in a perfect world shouldn't be allowed to, well, maybe the world would be perfect if they weren't allowed to vote? You can think that. That's fine. Like, there's a lot of stupid people. There's a lot of stupid people that unfortunately are allowed to vote. But, like, you can't actually think that that's a good solution. I mean, it's a good solution, but you're becoming the meme of the authoritarian left.
Mm-hmm. I think if anything, the correct response is to just proves that we need the education system and the Department of Education. Not
good
that
thing
that
we're
means
good thing we're defunding it.
Yes, exactly. I know. That's what's fucking insane.
Yeah,
because obviously not the notion that, you know, it's if you're college educated, you know how to vote, and if you're not college educated, you don't know how to vote. Like, you don't, you know, you're not smart when it comes to politics.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know where I was going with this.
No, like you can educate yourself outside the education system. That's possible, but broadly speaking, if people were better educated, people would be more informed voters.
Exactly.
Like, it's not going to fix everyone, because I mean, there's plenty of quote unquote educated people that vote like they have two brain cells, but we could bring up the number of informed voters by fixing education.
Yes. Yeah. Not taking it away.
Speaking of the Department of Education, or the state of education in our country, someone posted a thread on Twitter earlier today. Yeah. My MAGA cousin who voted for Trump texts in the family group chat. After reading the econ lecture notes, I have come to the conclusion that not only will grocery prices will not drop, but the produces and other products will get worse. It's a lot to type, and I'm in public, but will expand upon my reasoning later, but expect no longer finding green bananas. Good luck on citrus, especially since limes and lemons are exported. Dessert and pastry prices will skyrocket. Okay, so what I realized is that tariffs are bad, and it's going to make buying imported products more difficult and expensive. A lot of our produce in grocery stores are imported goods, so bananas will no longer be 33 cents per pound, but could go up to 89 to 167 per pound. It will force seasonality shopping, but what will be available won't last or be that good in the first place. And then someone responds, I feel like I'm going insane. Surely you can't be serious right now. An entire week after the election. I am being serious. Like, you gotta believe me when I tell you that voting for Trump did save us from Kamala and her open border policies and inflation. I love that he includes the inflation part when he just admitted that it doesn't solve inflation. I don't regret voting for him. He's a businessman. I'm pretty sure he has a plan in place for the long run. Yeah, guys, I just realized his plan is stupid and fucked. It's not going to solve inflation, but I'm confident he has a plan to solve inflation. Like, yeah, He's gonna solve inflation. The prices just will still go up. It's called Trumpflation, and it's good.
I want to know. I want to know what it's like to be this stupid. I wish I was this stupid.
It would probably be such a peaceful existence.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, you know the meme of like the guy on the bus, the two guys on a bus, and one's sad and one's happy.
Yes. And he's looking out and he sees different things outside the window.
Yes. That is what I'm picturing. Like that kind of just like stupid ignorance.
Having
smile on my face.
Having an above 2-digit IQ, looking out the window, seeing hell, and then having an IQ lower than your age, and you're looking out, you see smile and sunshines. Sunshines.
I love smile and sunshines.
Smile and sunshines.
Smile and sunshines.
I got sunshines on a cloudy So some Russian news network. What Putin and Trump had a meeting recently, and like post-election, and Trump asked him to like chill on Ukraine or some shit.
Melania Trump. Муж, наконец, победил, готовится во второй.
Nude photos of Melania Trump have been aired on Russia's most watched state TV channel during a program supposedly dedicated to celebrating Trump's election victory. This comes after Trump allegedly urged Putin not to escalate the Ukraine war in a phone call last week. But the Kremlin denies that this phone call ever took place. Despite Trump's repeated claims that he has a good relationship with Putin, things appear to have gotten off to a rocky start between the pair.
And I guess Putin agreed, but in response, I guess, to being cucked by Trump, he had a news network, while congratulating Trump for winning the election, they just blasted out images of a nude Melania Trump on the news.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
It was nudes on the news.
And I've been jorking my penis to it all week. So
is it real?
Russian style. Oh yeah, they're real nudes. They're from like modeling she did back in the day. It's hot. It's really hot.
I can't believe you openly admitted to jerking off to Melania on the podcast.
It was a joke.
Was it?
Because oh fuck. Damn it. There's a clip of Nick Fuentes that we'll hear later on where he says retaining my semen, but I didn't have it as a drop yet because we haven't heard it yet. But I'm retaining my semen.
Sperm concentration.
But yeah, it was a joke. It was a joke.
No, it wasn't.
It literally was.
I don't think it was.
Why would I say it to you if it was real?
Because it's for the pod.
Yeah, but
and it's your wow factor.
So okay, so speaking of the Department of Education, I think that we may have discovered a good candidate for who should head up the department.
But there's not going to be a department left.
Oh. Is that what they said?
Yes.
They said they're just going to destroy it?
Yes.
Oh. I saw a joke tweet that Lauren Boebert was named the chair of the Department of Education.
No, like he plans to
The joke is she's got a GED and she failed to get it multiple times. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, that's the whole thing is like it plans to just get rid of it in its entirety.
That's crazy.
And then like allow this, like leave it up to the states to decide how they want to do things.
Huh.
Which means that, you know, all of the
It just doesn't make any sense, because if you're trying to suppress, because they're trying to suppress like certain things like critical race theory or just like learning about gay people or whatever. But
all of those red states can now ban those things in their schools, which they weren't able to do before because of federal law.
Sure, but like, wouldn't the smarter thing to do would be to just transform the Department of Education and magify it, and so that way you can control all the states?
Why are we trying to make sense of their logic? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Like, you're right. It just doesn't seem like government efficiency to me. Which, in their first efficient move, the Department of Government Efficiency has been given 2 heads.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not very efficient.
No, it's not.
I'm sorry.
All right, so Sarah, all right, it's time for locals only. Sarah, do you want to introduce the subject of this segment?
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. It is a creature of my high school.
Mm-hmm.
And he taught gym and track. So, doesn't take much skill.
No, or brains.
And he I don't just like, I don't want to just say it. Like, it just, and give it away so easily.
Give it away now.
He is a conspiracy theorist of sorts.
Well known in the space. Or up and coming in the space.
His favorite one being the flat earth theory.
Oh, he's got multiple theories that he dabbles in?
Well, as you can see as from when you watch it, yes, he's a flat earther, but he also talks about people like who look alike being the same person.
He thinks Jim Carrey is secretly
Elvis
Joe
being
Biden.
The devil.
Who's the devil?
Elvis.
Oh, okay. He thinks Paul Walker is still alive.
He thinks that Elvis is a human form of Lucifer. Like, he thinks that Elvis is the fallen angel of Lucifer specifically.
Wow.
Oh God, Zach, I've been watching a lot of his videos. So anyways, guys, on top of all of this, yes, he is a gym teacher for my high school, but he actually has a following of half 500,000 on TikTok. Like, people are actually watching his content, and some of them are believing him. Some of them are definitely just watching him because he's just a fucking idiot. But there is a good and large amount of people who believe it.
Yeah. He I listened to that podcast that you told me he went on, and he got his start in like the conspiracy world, I guess, because his dog he's introducing himself, and he's like he introduces himself as a dog dad, and then he's like, yeah, I don't know if people who don't have dog kids could understand this, but my dog was getting old and he was on his last legs, and I wanted to find out if there was an afterlife. And basically he's insinuating, like, if you're not a dog parent, you have no concept of loss or mortality, and you don't you don't know what it's like to wonder if your loved ones are in a better place. You might not get this if you don't have fur babies, but death exists.
Right.
And so he was looking for proof of the afterlife and instead discovered that aliens aren't real. Or as he puts it, aliens from another world or universe aren't real. He fully believes that illegal aliens are real, just not extraterrestrial aliens.
Did he specify that?
No, but what other kind of alien is left? He ruled out ones from another world or universe. The only kind of alien that's left is an illegal alien. A domestic alien.
Mm-hmm.
A torrential, an earthbound alien. Can you hear the train?
Yeah. No.
Why am I asking you? When am I going to learn? It doesn't matter. I'm not stopping the flow. Guys, trains exist, all right? Yeah, so he realized that aliens weren't real because he had a UFO sighting. Or he said he discovered that aliens weren't real, but then he goes into talking about how he had a UFO sighting. But he's on like the Tucker Carlson train of aliens, of believing in aliens, where they're not aliens, they're angels or fallen angels. They're like the new thing is that aliens are angels. Go on.
He before he became the fittest flat earther.
Before he was awakened.
And he was notorious at my school for other things. Like taking a freshly graduated student on vacation.
I don't care. I love it. This is great.
And because of the fact that the student was freshly graduated and 18, nothing happened with his job.
Get my dick sucked.
Even though it had clearly started before graduation.
Like a
party. Turns out from posting about him on my social media, I have found out from other people who have went to my high school that it wasn't just that student and that vacation, and that he actually had...
It wasn't an isolated incident of ephebophilia.
He had multiple affairs with multiple students. He has since been fired. I don't know what got him fired. Because he still had this teaching job well into his flat earthing career. Because I've heard from people like other faculty who don't agree with his absurdness, that he would always talk about it and wear truther shirts and just be annoying as fuck. So he also has gotten divorced as well, I've heard, because, having multiple affairs with multiple students is, bound to get you divorced from your wife.
Oh, he got divorced?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. He did not mention that in the podcast.
Probably not, and I can understand why.
I mean, yeah, but...
He's embarrassed to admit that he slept with a bunch of teenagers and ruined his marriage.
That's kind of gay.
I wouldn't say that.
They want to use their body.
I didn't say it was male teenagers.
They want to use their body.
But also, I wouldn't be surprised.
He kind of he's got the vibe of like if what's that guy's name? If what's his name? The ex-quarterback for the Packers that became Brett Cooper?
Favre.
No, not Brett Favre. Like after Brett Favre.
And Andrew.
Tate.
No.
Aaron Rodgers, thank you.
Aaron Rodgers.
Andrew was in my head too, but it wasn't until you said it that I figured it out. Yeah, he's like Aaron Rodgers if he like never got drafted and, you know, got bored and got into conspiracy theories like 15 years earlier. Although he's probably older or the same age as Aaron Rodgers, but
Yeah, I think he's like early 40s.
you get it.
Yeah, so basically I guess he's not divorced.
Oh, okay.
At least as of September, his birthday, his wife posted him.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, they could be separated.
yes, they can be.
It's possible. Why did you think they were divorced?
I was told that they were by someone I went to high school with who worked at North, like last year or something.
Gotcha.
Or earlier this year, I don't fucking remember.
So he's not divorced.
Not yet.
Not divorced. But yeah, I mean, no, like these TikToks are incredibly schizophrenic.
Now I need to know if his wife is just as crazy as him. If their relationship is still intact.
Yeah.
Because like it was September. Yeah, that was 2 months ago. It's been actually 2 months ago tomorrow since that post. But lots can happen in 2 months. But she seemed to be very in love, and she was like, "Happy birthday, hubby! So glad to have built this life with you." So like, she must be okay with the fact that he fucks teenagers.
So are you like, did that come out officially, or was that just like among your peers it's known?
Let me see what my friend said.
Also, there's 2 accounts on TikTok of him.
The one of them is fake because he's posted about it.
Oh.
I think his is the one with like just over 500,000.
Yeah, well, obviously I know that's definitely the real one. This one's got like 16,000 followers.
Why didn't he? Okay, maybe it wasn't Mads who sent it. Sachin?
Look in the mirror.
Oh yeah, he also think Robin Williams faked his own death. Paul Walker. Oh yeah,
yes.
Paul Walker not only faked his own death, but he thinks. Okay, wait, hold on. Do you have something you were about to say?
Okay. I found it.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Somebody who was on the track team, who I worked with at Starbucks, said, and like this was her track coach. Like she was in track for probably like I think all 4 years or something. She said he had multiple affairs from what I heard when I was on the track team. So
from what I heard when I was on the
that's
track
what
team,
she said.
But you know for a fact that the first one happened because
it was something I heard while I was in high school.
Gotcha. Heads up, folks. If you hear some extra ambient noise, it's because I opened my window and turned my fan on. Sorry. But I need tobacco. So anyways, yeah. So like the first TikTok Sara showed me, he thinks that Woody Harrelson is Skylar White from Breaking Bad.
It's Skylar White, yo.
Which is like awesome because like Anna Gunn has gotten like a fuck ton of plastic surgery and doesn't even like resemble herself anymore. So like I guess
probably because she probably keeps getting mistaken for Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, Woody's just trying to make, like up the disguise. But like Woody doesn't have a bunch of like visible plastic surgery in his face. But I mean, using logic is a fool's errand with this guy because the first TikTok that I saw today, He thinks that Jim Carrey is Joe Biden. Oh, I see your Elvis Trump. What? Yeah, so he thinks Jim Carrey is Joe Biden, and his proof. It's a side-by-side video. It's two side-by-side videos. The first one is Biden walking after getting off of Air Force One, side by side with the ending scene of The Truman Show, and he's claiming that they have the same walk. And then the second clip is Biden and Jim Carrey saluting, and he says that oh god, I gotta find the video because what the fuck did he say? He said the angle was too similar. It can't be a coincidence. Matthew Perry. He doesn't have that many videos, or no, never mind. They just weren't loaded. Wait, is there a... Let me go to my history. Or my saved or whatever. No! How did I save this TikTok but I didn't even see it? Bradicio... he thinks Brad Pitt and Benicio del Toro are the same person?
Yeah. People will literally be in his comments be like, these two people have been in the same room together multiple times. Like, and he'll just be like, I don't care. They're the same person.
But see, on his account, he says it's all satire.
Yeah, because he has to, because he literally stated that he has to do that because his videos will get censored otherwise.
I mean, I didn't get that deep, but I assumed that was the case.
I have.
Yeah.
And he also has a subscription. You could subscribe and get like videos that he doesn't post. And he basically, they're more in depth, and he doesn't say that they're satire because they don't get censored when it's subscription based.
Does he have nudes on his Patreon like us?
I don't know, Zach. I don't think he has a Patreon actually. His subscription is like on TikTok, I think. Or I think he has TikTok and Instagram subscription. Basically, it's the same thing. He'll post the same videos. But yeah, no, I know it says it's satire, but it's boy, it is not satire.
No, I assumed that was him covering his ass, but
yeah. Also, because
the thinking actors are different actors thing is so crazy, but also like it would be good satire. So I was like,
yeah. But also, like, since I do know him personally, and, like, a lot of people who know him personally and can speak to the fact that he is like this in real life all the time. And that's also proof that it's not fucking satire.
I guess, like, for people who work in schools, PE teachers are, like, your people with coworker opinions. You know?
Wait, what do you mean?
Are you familiar with coworker opinions?
I don't think so.
It's basically like, I mean, man, the moment I saw the meme, it was like self-explanatory to me, but like, it's just like, you know how there are, like every job you work, there's that coworker that has just like the most ridiculous opinions ever. And you're like, how does a real person hold these opinions?
Yeah.
It's like,
okay.
Yeah. So basically like PE teachers are that person, that coworker for teachers. I'm sure there's gonna be like your, you know, I'm sure a theater teacher could also fill that role. Maybe even an English teacher. I mean, I guess any type of teacher could. But I feel like the go-to is going to be the PE teacher.
Yeah, because they don't have to have the same type of, degree. Right.
Or like teachers, like any teacher that is like the cheerleader, the cheerleading coach. That's another one. Easily. Okay, wait. Does this play?
Yeah, the coach says,
Yeah.
Enjoy the editing.
Okay, I don't think you can hear this, but the recording hears it, so I'm going to play this TikTok.
Okay.
My best work for last.
I don't hear it, yeah.
And he said, I saved my best work for last. Enjoy the editing. It was so awesome.
I'll point him out as we go. Watch the arm timing.
Watch the arm timing. I can't even see it, dude. I can't
My best
see
work
it.
for last. Enjoy the editing.
Oh, wait,
Point him out as we
what?
go. Watch the arm timing for last. Enjoy
Okay,
the
so
editing.
Joe Biden swings one arm, and one arm is still? And
Point him out
that's...
as we go. Watch the arm timing.
Oh, no, it's even more schizophrenic than I thought. Holy shit. Okay, so in the first clip, it's Joe Biden getting off of Air Force One with like some crazy looking mystery figure. And he puts his arm on the guy's
Point him out as we
back
go.
at
Watch
the
the arm
same,
timing.
quote unquote, at the same moment, even though it's just, the videos are edited together. But the way he touches this guy's back is supposedly identical to the way that Jim Carrey touches the fake sky that as he's walking. Apparently the angle the angle at which he touches the wall is the same angle that Biden touches this guy's back.
Okay.
I'll hold you to it.
Interesting.
Like the most schizoid shit you've ever heard of. And then same clip of Biden, but the Jim Carrey clip is now from Bruce Almighty, and he's saluting Morgan Freeman's God, and the angle at which his arm is crooked is just like Biden's. Like their salute is too... It's not a salute. It's not a salute. He's putting his hand to his mouth. He's cupping his fucking mouth to project his voice across the room. And that is supposed to be identical to Biden doing a salute. And that proves that they're the same person.
The synchronicity, it's too much.
The synchronicity, it's too much. That's what he says.
It's two on the nose, guys.
I'm free on the 7. That's 7.
I wish I could
That's
be this.
crazy.
It's too much to be a coincidence.
It's too much to be a coincidence, he says. The synchronicity is too much. Hand railing. Oh, they both grabbed the hand railing. How? No, dude, how did this guy ever hold down a job? Oh my god. And then there's a clip of Jim Carrey falling up the stairs. Actually, I don't know. I think he's convincing me, dude. He's convincing me. Oh my fucking god. Wow. Wow. Wow, that's amazing. Oh, the doorway of the plane and the doorway from we're back to the Truman Show clip now. The doorways, they're not similar doorways at all, but they're both doorways and they both walk through it. Guys, if you've ever walked through a doorway or saluted, you're Joe Biden actually.
Oh my god.
It turns out you're the president.
Ooh.
This is crazy. Okay. And then he also thinks that Robin Williams faked his death, and some random old man on TikTok is actually Robin Williams.
He was actually kind of getting me with this one, too.
The Robin
honestly.
Williams one?
Yeah.
Alright,
I'm like, I don't believe it, but he was getting me with it.
But like if you were just a little bit stupider, maybe.
Yes.
Oh, I see there's TikToks on here that say sub only.
Because I love a good, like, fake death conspiracy, personally.
That's
so
true.
I think that's also
Like,
why it gets...
I remember reading the Avril Lavigne one, and even though it was exactly identical to the Paul McCartney one, I believed it for a day. I mean, I was in I was an underdeveloped high schooler. I had an excuse.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see how Robin Williams is still alive.
Robin. I'm so disappointed in you. And to think, we went to the same middle school, Deer Path Middle School in Lake Forest, Illinois, and this...
Oh, he's... he's bragging. He starts off the video bragging, saying that him and Robin Williams went to the same middle school.
I know, he did. He did say that.
You go and deceive the whole world.
Yeah, but Robin Williams
he's disappointed in him. He's disappointed in him. Robin, we started off at the same point, but you went wrong. You went off the deep end, man. Not me. I've got all my marbles, and I'm not crazy.
As you guys can see, if you know anything about anything, he was part of the club. And, well, you know what the people in the club do.
I love the fact that he's got a
Fake
Tool song
things.
playing. That
And
really
I'm
helps.
still working
That
on
really,
this video.
honestly, that really
I
helps
found
convince
a lot
me.
of things, a lot of
Yeah.
and evidence. But
It
I'm
gets
still
me
working
into.
on it. But if you want some early access,
Dude, I feel like-
who he is,
Is it crazy of me to say that I think Dad would like him?
You think Dad would like your old gym teacher?
Yeah.
For what reason? Like, I just as a person, you'd like they get along.
Just like the
Because
bold.
Dad is anti-conspiracy. Like 100% down the line, he is anti-conspiracy theory. Oh yeah.
Okay, then never mind. I don't know the.
They
man
would just
then.
like to go to a Tool concert together, is what you're saying. They've got the same taste.
I think I see a brazenness in both of them.
A brazenness, an audacity, if you will.
Yeah, like an audacity,
a caucasity.
a caucasity. Yeah,
Yeah, they are both men.
exactly.
They are guilty of that.
And they are both like weird libertarian men.
Yeah, they do. They both do not really care about the age of consent.
Yeah. Oh, fuck you.
I feel like Dad could get along with any white man because he adores them so much.
Yeah, this is also a true fact.
This has been a true fact with Zack and Sara. Alrighty, let's continue.
right now, I put a little short video in my subscriber-only video just to reward those kind souls who go above and beyond to help support what I'm doing. So if you go to my bio page, you hit subscribe, you'll get early access. But I'm going to release this for everybody. I'm not going to hold this back or anything. I just wanted to reward the people who...
This isn't the right video. This is him advertising the fact that he's got the video in the sub page.
All of these and those.
But I saw the video, so where is it? Hello, Liza. Oh, hello, Robin. Here we go.
We all remember Mrs. Doubtfire and Robin Williams. It's so sad when a comedic genius dies, especially when they go out the way they did. Maybe you don't remember that. Robin Williams had been suffering from severe
Glad to see this one
depression.
still has the Tool track
Well,
going.
have you ever seen this guy, Uncle Pappy?
Uncle Pappy.
He doesn't seem too depressed to me. And not only is he a...
I love that. I love that. How is that? He's introducing the guy that he thinks Robin Williams is, and he says, "Have you heard of this guy, Uncle Pappy? Doesn't seem too depressed, is he?" Like, wouldn't that?
What?
How is that proof that it's Robin Williams? Robin Williams was depressed. Well, I guess he thinks that Robin Williams' depression was fake, but like, then anyone who's not depressed, that's such awesome proof.
dead ringer for you-know-who. But man, he sure does do a pretty
Funny how
good
he looks like
imitation.
easily...
I can't make a video without people comparing me to Robin Williams, and that man brings a damn tear of joy to my eye. I love him so much, man. So I'm gonna do a little Robin impression for y'all, okay? This is Robin Williams talking to me about swimming with the alligators. Let me see now. Pappy, you swim with the alligators. If you get attacked, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's
Wow.
a branded.
Hello?
He does a good impression. Sorry, I'm watching.
Go easy on me. I'll just...
No, it's okay. I just
He does
didn't
a
hear
good
you for second.
impression.
Man, that
Yeah.
sure is a spot-on impression.
Oh.
That's all it is, right? Just a guy that
That's awesome.
happens to look just like him that can do a spot-on impression. And I don't know what all these
That's
hand
awesome.
symbols are, but
That's
maybe
awesome.
there's some sort of sign language of him trying to let us know how depressed he was. It was his way to let us know. You know, maybe that's what they are. I don't know what they are. But here I am doing that thing again where I don't realize that there are just people in the world that have doppelgangers.
Oh, he's looking at their moles?
Someday I'll remember that that's a thing.
Yeah. The way he zooms in on shit and circles it is crazy.
They do perfect imitations. And apparently also have
he's zooming in on their chins.
Similar facial markings. That must just be a thing. If you look like someone else.
Okay, you know what? He had me with the first two markings on the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
But then these two chin markings are completely different size and shape.
Yeah.
You must share similar facial markings, because that's part of looking like them. Is you would have...
Dude, that's odd. The second one that he circles on the Robin one, there's just literally not a marking, and then he just circles a mark on the other guy, but the fucking Robin one is just empty. There's no mark there.
Oh my god.
Markings, and even identical discoloration.
Oh, actually it was swapped. It's the... Yeah.
It's, you know, that must be what it is.
That's awesome.
Just total coincidental, identical markings. That's it. And he's on all the platforms. And maybe you guys should just go message him and let him know just how good his impersonations are of someone. And just send him a message letting him know that you really enjoy his impersonations. All for entertainment purposes.
Okay, so
I know that.
he's sending his fans to Brigade Uncle Poppy.
Yes.
That's
he
awesome.
is.
That's awesome. Okay, but yeah. So back to so he thinks Robin Williams isn't dead. He also thinks that Paul Walker isn't dead, but he thinks that Paul Walker is Timothy Ballard.
I want to know what drugs he's on.
Dude, that's
like to purchase them.
Because first of all, Timothy Ballard looks like I think I made a meme about that. He looks way, way, way more like what's his name from Stranger Things and 50 First Dates and Lord of the Rings? He's Will's mom's like boyfriend, season 2 and onward.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I know him.
Oh, you don't have his name though?
Can't think of his name right now though, no. He's a lib, isn't he?
I think so. Only because I think I remember thinking that he wasn't a lib because he was like super Christian. So I remember looking into it and finding out yes, he is a lib. Sean Astin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sean Astin looks way, way closer to Timothy Ballard. Like Paul Walker and Timothy Ballard do not look like similar people fucking ever.
Change some things easily, like a beard and even
crazy.
Crash. They certain.
I mean, they've both got blue eyes, and the pictures that
that's all he needs.
The pictures that he's got side by side, like they've got like similar length beards, but like you could just grab another picture of either of them clean shaven. It's like they both have, 5 o'clock shadow, but like I can also see differences in the fucking hair patterns. Like the only thing is like they are both white men they've got the same eyes. You could say they've got the same eyes, but nothing else is the same. Timothy Ballard is also red as fuck. Like he looks like an alcoholic, or just, I guess white people just get red eventually, but
yeah, turn pink.
But like also like how and again I know we are applying logic where logic does not belong, but like Timothy Ballard, yeah, he might have just like hit the mainstream, but like he had a whole life that overlapped with Paul Walker's. Like Paul Walker was sexually harassing sex trafficking victims in Mexico while also shooting Fast and Furious in fucking Brazil.
Yeah, because you can also be two places at once. Did you not hear that? That's also possible when you're multiple people.
Right. Well, we haven't gotten to the Bradicio del Pittoro section yet, but yeah, apparently you can asshole project yourself. He also claims that Timothy Ballard is the director of Sound of Freedom. He's not. He's just who the story was based off of. The story is based off of lies he told about himself, but he did not direct it. Mexican man directed it. Or maybe it was two Mexican men. But it wasn't Timothy.
Person came onto this.
I'm playing with TikTok.
Did someone capture this
Okay.
video of Paul Walker in between this supposed deadly car crash and going into hiding?
Well, that wasn't even me. It was some other dude. They thought it was me. No, this is now you're playing with me. I swear to God. You swear? Okay. They thought it was me, and it wasn't even me.
Now, what's interesting to me is
Okay, really quick. So the first piece of evidence is a completely out of context clip of Paul Walker seemingly at an airport. And he says, yeah, they thought it was me. It was some other motherfucker, but they thought it was me. That could be referring to anything. He says nothing about a car accident or people thinking he's dead. Just, oh, they thought it was me.
not too long after that car.
Now you're playing with me. I swear to God. You swear? Okay. They thought it was me, and it wasn't even me.
No!
What's interesting to me is not too long after that car crash, a certain person came onto the scene and all of a sudden started directing movies.
And then he says, a little while after that car crash, a certain dude came onto the scene and started directing movies. Again, he didn't direct a single movie. But I don't think a little while later can be said for an entire decade later. Because Paul Walker died in 2013 and...
really already?
And Sound of Freedom, yeah. I know because he died like right before or right after Alex. And so even though I did not give a fuck about Paul Walker, I started to. Like, Paul Walker's death made me sad for no reason. And then I remember seeing, like, I hated the Fast and Furious movies growing up. So I didn't watch them after the first one. And then I remember seeing the last one with Paul Walker and being very emotional during the "It's been a long time without you, my friend" scene. But it was really, I wasn't really sad for Paul Walker. I was sad for my real life dead friend. But yeah, it was 2013. And Sound of Freedom was shot a few years ago, but came out in 2023. And also, Tim did not fucking direct it. But it's like, he thinks that people's existence begins when he hears about them?
Well, yes.
A certain person by the name of Tim.
Is that not how things work?
He directed The Sound of Freedom.
I mean, if you don't understand object permanence, I guess, if you're an infant, yeah.
And he resembles someone an awful lot.
Oh, he is an infant.
You barely realize there are two different faces there. You can
Oh, he's got a crazy cross necklace.
change some things easily.
I also really want to know what ice wall means.
Oh, yeah, so I can tell you.
Okay, I had a
so
feeling you would have done research.
I mean, I don't need to. I've spent a lot of time listening to TikTok debates about flat Earth.
Yes.
So he's got a hat on in all of his videos that says ice wall. And he
has shirts like it as well.
Nice. The ice wall is basically this. It's a part of some of the flat Earth theories, because there's like a shit ton of variations on the flat Earth theory. But basically, they claim that because there's a part of Antarctica that you can't go to because there's like government testing done there, they think that like that proves that there is a wall of ice around the flat Earth. So like in the mind of a person who believes this variation of flat Earth theory, the reason that you can't fall off the edge of the Earth is because you'll bump into an ice wall.
Yeah, I saw that little map like thing on one of his videos with the ice wall.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is so interesting and fake.
Yeah, I mean, also, like, if that were the case, then there's no North and South Pole. It's just all Antarctica.
Yeah, except he thinks there's just a North Pole, which is in the middle, and then the ice wall.
Yes, that's awesome. The North Pole is in the middle of the disc. And the South Pole is all around it. That's awesome.
But no,
that's exactly
he doesn't
where my
believe in the
mind
South
went.
Pole. He doesn't believe in the South Pole.
It's
Only
just
one
the
pole
ice
exists.
wall. Oh, right. That makes sense. So there's the North Pole
Because he
ice
explains
wall.
it. The way that watching his videos literally hurts my brain because they make no sense.
Yeah.
But he was talking about how like the compass, if it's supposed to point to the poles, why doesn't it ever point to the South Pole? And it's because the South Pole doesn't exist. Or something like that.
That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the ice wall. All right, let's continue.
Even haircuts and...
That makes sense. I guess I could have figured that out because I've seen him talk about the ice wall.
Yeah.
I just, for some reason, when I see ice and wall, I always just assume
you think it's
immigration.
Yeah.
Immigration. Yeah. I don't know what ice wall even means, but like...
I won't lie. When I first saw the hat, that thought did pop into my head, but then I saw wall and realized, remembered that we live in the context of all that came before and after us, and
yeah.
I put 2 and 2 together and realized that 1 + 1 = 3. Or
exactly.
What is it? 1 + 1. 1 + 1 equals. Oh, sorry. That 1 × 1 = 2. That's what I meant to say. Sorry, that's a whole other realm of conspiracy theory. That's the... I don't know if you know about this, but Terrence Howard fixed math.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh, yeah, he fixed math. He made it work.
Okay. Thank God.
All right, let's...
A certain person by the name of Tim Ballard. Maybe you've heard of him. He directed The Sound of Freedom.
Nope.
And he resembles someone an awful lot.
He doesn't.
So much so that you barely realize there are 2 different
Oh,
faces.
You couldn't give me enough drugs to think that these are the same person.
And while you can change some things easily, like a beard and even...
Like, yes, white people do all look alike, but like, I can tell these 2 apart.
Color of the eyes, and even haircuts and nose and ear size can be manipulated. Sometimes there's just too many things to catch them all, especially those pesky little birthmarks.
Those aren't birthmarks, bro. Those are like acne scars or something. Those aren't birthmarks, brother.
2 there, and 2 there. And let's see if there's another pair. Oh, those look interesting. Let's see what we find over here.
And nothing. That's awesome.
Interesting. So
I love when he's like, 2 marks here. Now let's look over here. 2 more marks. And it's just nothing. There's
Literally.
no marks.
Their faces are symmetrical. And they show the
Okay,
exact
their faces are
locations of
symmetrical.
6 different
What about their skulls?
It's not like
Because
these
Timothy Ballard has a fat fucking head. How do you explain that? Timothy Ballard looks like a fucking Costco guy. That would be a way better theory. That Timothy Ballard became the Costco guy. Oh my god, they put their hands together. They both do hand poses.
It was actually taken 2 months before he supposedly died.
What?
And it was a TMZ video, but I captured your attention, and it's a lesson that you can't believe everything you're told.
Wow.
Do your own research.
What the
people.
fuck? This is
And this
crazy.
Was all for entertainment.
Okay, so he admits that the video at the beginning of the TikTok of Paul Walker at the airport was taken 2 months prior to his death. But that's supposed to actually convince you to not trust anything and that the conspiracy is real. Like, he says, do your own research, but like, don't you see now that anything can be true? If I told you that this video that you obviously believed me when I said it was taken after he died, wasn't, I guess that proves that all my stupid fucking theories could also be true too, right? No!
Purposes anyway. I know that he perished in that one person, one car accident. God rest his soul. Now, I'm not here to manipulate you, and I have no agenda but truth. But I'm just here to show you how easy it is. Now, watch the full...
I'm not here to manipulate you, and I have no agenda other than truth and money. But
No, literally.
I was fired from my job for molesting kids. I have no agenda other than spreading the truth.
video and realize that he wasn't anything close to talking about.
Aliens made us adopt the age of consent. It's not real. Age is just a number.
The car accident.
You sound just like him.
I'm trying to.
I know.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, I gotta see the Bradicio del Pittoro one, and oh man.
Do you still not realize that they're all playing multiple roles? And I'm not just talking this guy. I'm talking all of them.
What?
Why don't we take a look?
Okay, I had clicked on this video, but it
Do you
starts
still
with
not
pictures of Jim Carrey and Joe Biden, so I skipped it. They're
realize that they're all playing multiple roles. And I'm not just
I like this picture he's got of Jim Carrey and Joe Biden in split screen because one's got white hair and the other's black, and it just looks like Jim Carrey playing Two-Face.
This guy. I'm talking all of them. Why don't we take a look? Do you still not realize that they're all playing multiple roles?
But okay, he's got a collage. He's got a collage up at the beginning of this TikTok, and it's 6 photos. Jim Carrey's face, and then below it is Jim Carrey's face from a close-up and a different angle. And then the next one is the split screen Jim Carrey, Joe Biden. Below that is Jim Carrey as the mask. And then next to that is Joe Biden, and then a similar shot of Joe Biden from the similar angle but mirrored, like in reference to the Jim Carrey one. Like, it's just photos of them from the same angle. So, like, I understand what he's trying to prove with those 2 pictures, but, like, what the fuck is the mask doing there? Oh, because he's wearing a mask. I get it. Holy shit. It's true.
I'm not just talking this guy. I'm talking all of them.
They're all playing
Why don't we take a look
roles.
at 2 supposedly different
awesome.
individuals in Benicio del Toro and Brad Pitt?
Supposedly
they look
different
kind of similar, right?
Yeah, they've got... Did this dude not understand haircuts?
Probably not. He's bald.
Oh. Oh my god, what is it with bald guys and being gullible pieces of shit? I really hope that today is like the first day. Like, I hope that this is like a milestone and we are putting him on the path to, like, in a couple of years be on an episode of Joe Rogan. That's what I'm manifesting right now.
Can we invite him on the podcast?
Yes. Absolutely. I don't know how we would do it, but sure. Like, what are you like? We'd fake interview him for like a certain amount of time, and then like near the end roast him, or what? Or would we just like try and become friends with him and get him to just say stupid shit?
Yeah, like Kiki with him until he tells us everything he knows.
He gives us all the secrets and truths. No, that'd be awesome. And yeah,
I don't think I'd be able to keep a straight face.
We should try. I mean,
you can take care of that. I don't think I'd be able to, only because I don't need him like
recognizing your voice,
looking at me, just assuming, but also just like recognizing me, or I don't know. Yeah, you're a boy, and I feel like you could convince him.
That's true. I probably could. The shit was so funny because it's literally just a fucking dumbass Bostonian that interviews him. It's like, so tell me about this flat Earth stuff, huh? Yeah, I was gonna.
It's Tommy Egan.
I was gonna go look. They're not. Wait, what? He's from New York.
I thought he was from Boston.
No.
Okay, sorry.
Maybe his family is, but no. Anyways, let's see.
I know nothing, probably. I'm just saying bullshit.
I love this fucking podcast intro.
Okay. I have to sidetrack for a second because it reminded me of something.
It's okay.
You know Method Man?
Yeah.
He has weed. And I was doing his seed talent the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the questions, like all of the questions to the quiz were so stupid, like making sure the answers were really obvious by just all three other answers were being really absurd. But one of the fucking questions in a quiz regarding his brand of weed was like, what show on the Stars Network does he appear on?
Oh, that was a question.
And it was like Power Book 2 or some shit. And I was like, why is this a question in my weed? My weed training.
Fucking. Sorry, I knew I had made a joke one time about how bad the. Oh, here we go. Wow. Found it. Power Book 6 Knowledge.
Oh, God.
You know, because knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power.
Power Book 6 Knowledge. I hate that fucking universe, man. I hate that it is a universe now.
50 Cent should not be allowed to do certain things.
50 Cent shouldn't be allowed to do anything. 50 Cent should die. No, actually, I take that back. The only thing that 50 Cent should be allowed to do is, like, troll Diddy. That's the only thing he should be allowed to do. And he should earn a living wage from doing it. Yeah, and the fucking the podcast artwork for this is just a screenshot of his TikTok.
Thank God, because I really was hoping that you were gonna put Tyler Henson on the cover, or I was really hoping.
No. I'm saying the podcast he was on.
Oh, okay.
The episode of Truth to Faith featuring.
Oh, like they just used the screenshot of his TikTok?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
AKA.
Okay, but can you put Tyler on the cover art?
Yes, probably. It depends.
Use his profile picture so that way it doesn't really show his face, but you see his body.
His body.
Can you go look at his profile picture?
It's like, but that. Oh, you mean you don't see his face because it's covered by sunglasses?
Yes.
That is a very funny picture. What the fuck? Is he doing a handstand or something?
I don't know.
Look at me, guys. Gravity's not real on the flat Earth. No, but yeah. So, anyways, the podcast artwork for this podcast episode he appears on is just a screenshot of one of his TikToks.
That's all you need to know.
But yeah, and he tells the guy, he's like, yeah, as of 3 days ago, I retired from the state-sanctioned indoctrination farms.
You got fired.
AKA public school.
So you got fired.
Yeah.
Just own up to it, bro.
But we don't know
that
like, that's true.
They fired
right?
me because they couldn't handle the truth.
I was silenced.
No, like, he could really play this up.
Oh, that reminds me. We should get him. I saw an ad. Not an ad, but I saw like a meme on Instagram that they are selling like the overstocked Kamala merch. And I was thinking we should get them, but we should also get one for Tyler. It's the I'm speaking sweater.
I've seen it.
We need it, right?
Oh God, I don't want it.
Oh come on! But like, if we ever,
because people aren't gonna get that it's like ironic.
Oh come on! You think people are? First of all, anyone who sees it and recognizes that it's a slogan from her campaign is gonna if they can recognize that, they're gonna know it's ironic. And the only people who wouldn't think it's ironic and know that it was it was a slogan or was used in merch are gonna be libs. And it'll be funny if a lib recognizes it and goes, "Hell yeah, hell yeah, a woman is speaking." A podcaster is speaking.
I'm gonna be really uncomfortable.
What?
But then I'm gonna be really uncomfortable.
Fine. We won't wear them in public. We'll wear them
Oh, hey,
on
Zack,
a video podcast.
I don't have that kind of disposable income. And
this is supposed to be a meme.
Okay, we don't have to do every meme. We're poor.
No, I'm saying it's a bit. We're going to talk about it like we're going to do it. You don't have to ruin the bit by saying we can't afford it. That's all I'm saying. Not that we have to actually live out the meme, but that this is just a bit for the show. Okay?
I feel like they're gonna think at this point that us fighting about something being a bit is a bit.
It is.
Yeah.
Anytime I'm antagonistic, it's a bit.
It's planned.
It's Planned Parenthood. It's sorry.
Okay.
It's
feisty.
What'd you say?
I said it's okay.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate
Yeah, of course.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
They tryna play with your grind or something. They wanna see you back off of your calling, yet they tryna mess with your shine or something. For lack of a vision, and people could perish, commit to the climb, even when it hurts. Only two things in life you can control. It's how you spend time and how hard you work. So hard work, God first. Yeah.
Hard work, God first. Hard work, God first. Hard work, God first.
Jesus Christ is Lord. Yeah. I know who I serve. Yeah. When my life is hard. Yeah. All my prayers were heard. Yeah. So hard work, God first. Yeah. Hard work, God first. Yeah. Hard work, God first. Yeah. Today I'm in the dark. Yeah. Jesus Christ is Lord. Yeah. I know who I serve. Yeah.
If you don't know me, I'm a dedicated dad. I'm a faithful Christian. I was born and raised in South Boston, Massachusetts, in the Old Colony Projects. I'm excited with tonight's guest. If you want to check out some past episodes, the last episode with Matt is amazing, and Brandon before that.
I love Matt.
2 great episodes.
And Brandon,
and
my favorites.
I want to thank, obviously, all the Truth to Faith 5%ers for joining in.
What does that mean? What does that mean? I gotta know what that means. What is a Truth to Faith 5%er? Is it like 5% of the population is schizophrenic conspiracy theorists? Because there's no fucking way. Well, I don't know. But anyways, yeah, this podcast is called Truth to Faith. So it's like about how conspiracy theories led you to God. And I'm not just assuming that because I listened to damn near the whole episode. The last 20 minutes, he just asks him for like health tips, and I figured, okay, well, even if it is a little, like I assumed it in that area, he'd probably have a little bit of knowledge, but even if it was a little wacky, it probably wasn't gonna be anything pertinent. So yeah, but yeah. So it's about how conspiracy theories lead people to believe in God, and yeah, that sounds stupid, but also they're both stupid and fake. So
literally, the concept of God is a conspiracy theory.
true, it's misinformation.
Giving me a time. If you could do me to the podcast, share it with a like-minded person you may know. You know, we're trying to grow the podcast.
And you did. You shared it with me. So good job. You're growing the podcast.
Comment.
Now listen, I already forgot your name. Cliff Steven from Truth to Faith. We grew your podcast. You better help grow ours.
It's the program. And I want to thank two people who was kind enough to donate to the podcast. It really helps. I don't use the money.
See this? What the fuck, villagers? This guy, this fucking kook, has 2 Patreon peoples, and we got 0. That's a problem.
Zack, we have to start sending out emails, like the Harris administration.
Oh my God, you're so right. I do need to start utilizing the podcast email, guys. Hold on. No, we'll do that later. Okay.
Thing but putting it back in the podcast. That's
Podcast.
Anthony and Greg Hobbs.
I know, dude. It's so
really
funny.
Program.
Putting it back in the podcast.
Thank, 2 people who was kind enough to donate to the podcast. It really helps. I don't use the money to buy the wolf.
I feel like I'm already kind of a seasoned expert for how much time I've put into learning truth and just discovering the deceit in the world. And I wasn't like completely blind to things.
That's something that also that was a point that stuck out to me while listening to the podcast. He just said like, yeah, about a year ago I started learning about all the lies in the world, and I went down a rabbit hole. It's like, how do you go 40 fucking years on this earth without realizing that the world is fucked? And then you learn one day that the world is fucked, and that just sends you down a spiral.
My last one just went viral.
I'm dealing with a similar thing with mom, where like she learns things, she's like, I can't believe the world is so fucked up. And it's like, it always has been though. It always has been. Nothing's changed just because you learned this. It always was this way.
Mm-hmm.
About that 9/11.
And again, this is why that we need to take social media away from boomers.
The narrative that they told us for 15 years.
And Gen X. Fuck it.
That never led me to...
And aging millennials, for that matter.
And, I always knew the nutrition industry was...
No social media from 12 to 18. No social media till you're 18. But then after you're 35,
I like you said 12 to 18 first. Like, yeah, you can have a
0 to 12. You can. It doesn't have any effect on you.
Taken away from you.
0 to 12. That's what that's your troll phase. Nothing can affect you. You're an expert poster. After that, you start getting sensitive and insecure. Got to reel it back. Once you're 25, you can be on social media, but it's taken away from you at 35. I think that's a good rule.
Yeah.
All you can have is LinkedIn after that, which honestly is becoming one of the best social media platforms around.
The suspect, and the medical industry was kind of suspect, but it just, I never dove fully in. And then about a year ago now is when I just started really kind of digging under those rocks and digging deep.
Yeah, because like, what I notice, at least for myself and from what I hear from other people, when you find out this truth, and when you start realizing how much of things are a lie, you're almost compelled to want to know more and, learn as much as you can. I felt
sure I was going to prove there was an afterlife, and yeah, absolutely. It was honestly, like I said, it was about.
Yeah, I think I probably covered.
After Tom Brady, and definitely tied to the spiritual realm. But I want to say I'm sorry about your dog. I know what it is to love a dog so much. Me and my ex-wife.
Oh yeah, this is crazy. After Tyler tells Cliff his coming to Christ conspiracy moment, where he was researching the afterlife because his dog was dying. Cliff's like, I wanna apologize about your dog that died. I too had a dog that died. I was living in Boston. I was living in the city with my wife, and I took the dog for a walk, and it got hit by a car right in front of me, and it was really fucked up. And I just want to say, from one conspiracy nut to another, I'm sorry that your dog was a demon sent to haunt you from hell. I'm sorry that your dog died and became Brad Pitt. I'm sorry that happened to you. But yeah, I think we covered just about everything from the podcast. Yeah, any closing remarks on your ex-PE teacher?
I don't know. I feel like we really covered a lot.
Yeah.
Can't wait to have him on the pod.
Oh yeah, there's an official invitation to Tyler Durden. No, what's his name?
Hansen.
Tyler Hansen. Yeah, being Tyler Hansen. Right?
So,
isn't that
being Tyler Hansen?
Isn't what's the Evan Hansen thing called? Is it being? No, I'm thinking of being John Malkovich. Dear Tyler Hansen. Alrighty, so we got a twofer today. Two local stories.
Do you actually admire Adolf Hitler?
In some ways, yes.
And I was saying that I'm against race mixing. I think that people should marry their own kind. I want a white wife. That's a value that I have. My race matters to me. My identity matters to me. I want my kids to look like me. I want my grandkids to look like me. I think that's a positive value that I think other people should share as well.
And I'm not a National Socialist, and I'm not I wouldn't identify that way because I'm a Christian. So I'm not any kind of a socialist or a fascist.
The First Amendment was not written for Muslims, by the way. It wasn't written for a barbaric ideology that wanted to come over and kill us. It was written for Calvinists. It was written for Lutherans and Catholics, not for Salafists, not for Wahhabists. And it also was intended for citizens, not for immigrants.
I, like Ye, believe we should have a Christian government. It's a Christian country. God runs the world. We should have a government in accordance with that. But
at the high levels of society, and specifically among the Jews, they are evildoers. They are people that worship false gods. They are people that practice magic or rituals or whatever. And more than anything, those people need to be, when we take power, they need to be given the death penalty. Straight up.
But honestly, I don't share this histrionic Jewish view that Hitler is this exceptionally boogeyman, evil figure.
But if Donald Trump called me up and said, look, we need to capture my political enemies and torture them, you're okay with that, right? This is totally off the books. This is a black eye. If he called me up and told me to do it, I would be like, sir, yes, Mr. I wouldn't even say, yes, Mr. President. I would say, it will be done. I'm far more concerned about that than I am about even non-white people or mass migration. I don't judge people that are mixed race. I mean, some people say I'm mixed race. My dad's half Mexican. My mom's Italian. Some people would say that's mixed race. Obviously, I don't hate people that are mixed race or people that race mix, but it's just a value for me. I'm an incel. I am a proud incel, and when I'm good and ready, I'll get married. I'll still be an incel, though. They must be absolutely annihilated when we take power. This is God's country. This is Jesus's country. This is not the domain of atheists or devil worshippers or perfidious Jews. This is Christ's country.
I'm your Republican congressman. Hi.
I'm your Republican congressman.
It's your body.
My choice.
Okay, so it was recent. It was revealed that far right white supremacist streamer and self-proclaimed incel and lover of cat boys, Nicholas J. Fuentes, was doxxed after this clip dropped following the election.
The feel when we control your bodies. Hey, we control your bodies.
Dudes
Guess
rock.
what? Guys win again, okay? Men win again.
Dudes
and
rock.
yes, we control your bodies. Hi.
This is not a dudes rock moment, by the way. This is not, I repeat, this is not a dudes rock moment, despite what Nick says.
I'm your
sound drop was a
Republican
lie.
congressman. Hi, I'm your Republican congressman. It's your body, my choice. And men, women again. Men win again. There will never, ever be a female president. Never, ever be a female president. Never. There will never be a female president, ever. It's over. Glass ceiling. Dude, it's a ceiling made of bricks. You will never break it. Your stupid face keeps hitting the brick ceiling. We will keep you down forever. You will never control your own bodies. You will never be the president of the global empire. Never gonna happen, sweetie. Your body, our choice.
I gotta say, you know, obviously that clip is heinous. But I kind of agree with one point, not even completely, but I've been listening to like a lot of 2016 post-election coverage this week, and I learned like it's insane. It's insane how much the DNC learned nothing from that election. Because I mean the Hillary and the Harris campaign are fucking identical, at least in their flubs. And I would have loved nothing more than to see Kamala be the first female president, just to really put a fork in Hillary Clinton and white women in general. But now I kind of agree and fear that the only lesson that the DNC will take from this is that next time they run a woman, they've got to revert back from black. Like they're gonna either they're never gonna run a woman again, or they're gonna try another white woman. I fear. But
yeah.
So
that is a pretty safe assumption.
I mean, especially if they think they ran, if the strategic Democrats think that the problem was the campaign was too woke. Well, the only woke aspect is the fact that it was a woman and a woman of color. So you've only got two things you can roll back in the woke category, and that's the race and the gender of the candidate. So, right. So he was doxxed after this clip went viral. For those who might be unaware, Nick Fuentes is I don't know if he has been, but he's sort of, you know, poisoning the minds of young men in a similar way to Andrew Tate, because like school children have been chanting "Your body, my choice" since this clip aired. I even have a friend whose best friend is a third grade teacher, I want to say, and she sent me a screenshot of their text messages, and she said that she had a male student come up to her and ask her why they had to let women vote.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, the shit's a fucking epidemic. But the fine women of Twitter, I want to say, doxed Nick. And what's that address, Sarah?
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I thought you narrated you spit it out so perfect.
1826 Home Avenue.
One more time for those in the back.
1826 Home Avenue, Berwyn, Illinois.
Give me that zip code.
Closed it.
That's okay. That's okay. So yeah,
it's okay. It's okay actually, because it's right here. I'm about to pull it up, and it is 60402.
Perfect. So yeah, it was released. It was revealed that Nick Fuentes is a local boy, and went to Lyons Township High School. So he was doxxed, and a middle-aged woman rang his doorbell, and it was put out there that like she was doing activism. She just happened to find herself in front of his house, and another woman that was nearby was like, "Hey, is this the rapist's house or whatever?" And she's like, "Yeah, I think it is." And the other woman was like, "Hey, you should go ring the doorbell, see what happens." And supposedly, she rang the doorbell and was met with the young twink pepper spraying her. Also, yeah, for those who've never seen Nick Fuentes, he looks like a pixie from the Fairy Odd Parents. Like he's got a Minecraft shaped head. So yeah, he looks like some sort of imp. Like he's perpetually prepubescent, but and I saw an old video of him from after the Charlottesville Unite the Right rally, which is where he attained fame from, because he was being harassed rightfully by his peers and had to drop out of school after it was found out that he went to the rally. And he literally, like, his voice, I'm sure late onset puberty is to blame here, but his voice didn't get like deeper. His voice got like weaselier because he's got like almost like a Boston Brahmin type accent, and I'm wondering if maybe he adopted an accent when he was at Harvard or wherever he was at school.
I was supposed to be entering Boston University for my sophomore year, but in response to recent death threats and threats against my physical safety, I decided that might not be the best idea. When you start receiving death threats to the extent that I have, it just becomes a liability to my brand, to my academic success and everything else, when you do have to worry about people ganging up on you or whatever. It's disturbing to me the level of hate that people...
Like, his voice is like in the back of his throat, like he's got a loogie. Do you hear the difference?
Yeah.
It's really weird. Right, so yeah, so he pepper sprayed this poor woman and pushed her down his front stoop and stole her phone and scurried back inside. And I'm told that it was very dark in there. I picture him in an empty apartment. The only like part of the place that was decorated would be his studio, just sitting on the empty floor like SpongeBob after he broke his ass, just playing with his little tissue and penny and potato chip friends. terrified when his doorbell was rang for the first time since he moved out of his mom's basement and into a family home of theirs, and was just so paranoid and agoraphobic that he just pepper sprayed whoever was there. So yeah, he scurried back inside with her phone, and at some point retreated back to his mother's basement, where he remains now. Now, there was, unfortunately, and I'm really sorry to break this to you, Sarah, but it was falsely reported that his house was burned down.
That sucks.
It really does. It really does. Now, what we can still hold on to, the win that we can still take from this is that the internet is always undefeated, because the video that I saw, the comment section was visible, and it was literally just it was literally just an entire comment section, and in any thread across other social media platforms discussing the supposed burning down of his house, all the comment sections were this way, but basically it's basically just a comment section full of people doing like a meme on rape apologia, where they're basically saying like, oh, I know that fire, it would never do that. Or did his house say no? What was his house decorated like? What was his house doing out there late at night like that? Or some, I think I even saw, I'm sure it liked it. There was like, was there some sort of miscommunication that he interpreted as consent? I'm sure the house it was enjoying it by the end. Just trying to see if doesn't seem like I have that video. No, I do not. Okay, that's fine. And so, okay, so that happened, or that didn't happen. Then, an ex-coworker of his mother made a TikTok, giving us some very interesting backstory on the Nick Fuentes' origin story.
His lore.
Yes, the lore.
Believe it or not, I work with Melissa Fuentes. That's Nick Fuentes' mother, the Your Body, My Choice kid, for 6 years at LaGrange Park, Illinois. And man, do I gotta get some things off my chest. Lauren still works at the place, so I won't drop where we worked at, but I do know that Nick has a twin sister named Melissa, and she is Lauren's pride and joy.
And I can confirm that detail is true. I've heard Nick himself mention the fact that he has a twin.
Boy, she is the twin of Nick, believe it or not, and the one that came out well.
Also can confirm that because he also admitted that she is the complete opposite of him, and he's not well, so...
Melissa and Nick both went to Lyons Township High School, and Melissa flourished where Nick did not. In fact, he was called many times into the office where Lauren had to leave work, and I had to cover Lauren because of Nick's shenanigans. But I really think the hatred from women started with his mother and his sister because he wasn't included. He was not a good kid. He was called into the office constantly. Shit his pants even at school. It was almost like he did it purposely. So Lauren had to leave work and go get her son. And it was rough. It was very rough. I felt bad for Lauren at the time. But now that I think about it, she needed to get that kid help then, because it was clear that he was struggling with some mental issues back then. After Lauren's mother, so that's Nick Fuentes' grandmother, died, Lauren decided to make Nick go live in Berwyn into that house. That's the one that got doxxed and the one that got leaked. But right now he is in LaGrange with his mother in the basement again, which she is not happy about at all. Anyway, I think this story, if your teen son is not starting to act right, is getting called into the office, I think we should...
Or is starting a podcast?
Do more therapy. I think we should prevent ourselves from becoming Lauren Fuentes and making a son like Nick Fuentes, because honestly, it was an epic fail on her part, and I wish I helped.
Le epic fail? Oh no, my son became a white supremacist. Le epic fail?
Helped her more in realizing that he need help. So Lauren, if you hear me, please get him some.
So, okay, a couple of things to add on to that story. Shit. So first thing is his mom is absolutely not blameless. Not that she said she was, but she's more to blame than that is implied. She implies that she just didn't do enough to prevent her son from becoming a white supremacist. But in fact, and it should come as no surprise, because the apple isn't far from the racist tree, his mom is a white supremacist. Oh my god. So if you remember that when the Oakbrook Mall, someone drove through it and shot it up a couple years ago?
Yes. No, it was Woodfield.
This is... Okay, wait. Woodfield was the one where they drove through it?
Yeah.
Okay, this was just a shooting then at Oakbrook Mall. I was confused. Okay. So apparently she called into his show America First when he was covering that. During the podcast, he and his mother spoke about the shooting with subtle references to the race of the African American suspect. Right, the African American suspects. His mom says, "What flavor do you think that shooting was in Oakbrook?" "What do you mean?" Nick asks. "You know what I mean by that. Who do you think is responsible for the shooting in Oakbrook? What do you think happened?" she says. Nicholas Fuentes joked, "Maybe some white supremacists attacked Trump supporters." His mother asked why there was no information on the shooters. Her son replied, "It's the Ann Coulter rule. The longer it takes for them to publicize the identity, the higher the likelihood it is that they're not white." He joked that his mother was coming on his podcast acting like she was not his mother. "You're finally being nice for once. How long did it take before you're calling out blacks? Where do I get it?" Nicholas Fuentes said, laughing. His mother laughed too, joking, "I have no idea. You get it from your dad." So yeah, she's not just, not only is she not innocent, she directly created this monster. Both, biologically and philosophically. You still with us?
Yes.
Just checking in. Okay. The other caveat is that he claims that his woman-hating origin comes from some sort of jealousy with his twin sister and his mom not loving him enough. I'm not saying that's not part of it, but I would say that's sort of like the foundation. I believe that the catalyst was actually in college. He says that he and another girl in a political club that he was a part of, that they were really into each other, but after, I guess, it came out that he doesn't support Israel, she said, "You're alt-right, I'm a conservative, I'm never speaking to you again." And I believe that this rejection is what really sent him down the path. So yeah, I had I did a lot of because the thing about Nick Fuentes is that he's been banned from social media and the banking system. He literally cannot have a checking account. I don't know how he makes money from his streams, but like he must have it going to someone else's account and they're like giving him cash. I don't know, because like he literally cannot accept credit card payments in his name.
Why not?
I don't know the lore there. I mean, I don't. Yeah, obviously he said a lot of outlandish, anti-Semitic, whatever kind of bigoted phrase things. And obviously it would be a little anti-Semitic to assume that it was because of anti-Semitic remarks. And Nick Fuentes banned from banking. Let's see what that brings up. But anyways, my point was I was trying to it's hard to find clips because anything of him on the internet is posted third party, so there's not like a huge catalog, and there's not like he's like also not the biggest figure. This has been his, aside from having dinner with Trump and Ye a couple years ago, this has been like his biggest like mainstream pop off. Second to that, of course, after Unite the Right. So like he's had his own, you know, obviously he's had his own corner of the internet, but like there's just not that much content readily available. Like you'd have to search it, and I'm bad at research. Because I wanted to like put together a timeline.
Who's bad at research?
Well, this isn't that type of show. Although it's quickly becoming that type of show. I wanted to like put together a timeline of like all the embarrassing things that have happened to him, because it's a lot, and I don't have a good brain, so they're not like all there ready to go. But I mean, basically, it's went to the Unite the Right rally, is a self-proclaimed incel, shit his pants running the mile, accidentally streamed gay porn on his stream and blamed it on Mossad agents, and went on a date with a catboy prostitute as a joke. He's also said that we should be, everyone should be marrying teenagers and having kids with teenagers, and one day he'll have a teen bride. And it's yeah, I mean, even aside from the catboy shit, it's been long speculated that he's gay. So anyways, all that was to say, I was trying to collect clips and stuff like that, but since you're falling asleep, I'm just gonna throw out some of these bangers that I got pulled up, and then we'll just pretty much call it.
Anyway, so yeah, so I appreciate it. It's true, but I don't need to rash as somebody wrong with having a wagey job. But I'm a creative person. I'm a leader. I have an important role in this. I have lots of responsibilities. I don't have the same priorities. I don't have the same life as somebody that isn't doing this. I couldn't be doing this if I was like that. So anyway, so yeah, so I appreciate it. It's true, but I don't need to rationalize it or anything. It's like, look, it's, you know, oh, you haven't had sex. It's like, well, I haven't chosen to do that yet. You know, I'm choosing instead to be an historical figure. I'm choosing instead to lead an historical right-wing movement. So it's a cope.
No, that's a cope. That's so fucking ironic and hypocritical. I'm a virgin because I'm a leader. You're coping. I'm not coping with the fact that I'm being a virgin. You're coping.
I'm an incel. I am a proud incel. And when I'm good and ready, I'll get married. I'll still be an incel, though.
And then just because, you know, anytime you call someone a white supremacist on the internet, it's always like, oh, you're being hyperbolic or just straight up lying. And, you know, while he doesn't admit it in a public setting, he's the closest, most comfortable person to admitting it that in the political sphere that isn't just, you know, David Duke.
I don't support women's rights. I don't support LGBT rights. I believe in race and gender essentialism. I'm Catholic. I'm a Catholic reactionary.
I believe that organized Jewry is extremely influential in the United States and pushes America towards an open society, liberalism, internationalism for their own benefit.
So, there you go. Great replacement theory. He's been saying it for years and years and years and years before the likes of Tucker Carlson and Donald Trump started doing it. But yeah, that's the Great Replacement Theory, a neo-Nazi conspiracy theory. And anytime that someone wants to argue with you that, people who voted for Trump or Trump himself is not someone that you can say is a bad person, you can just say, well, they spread the Great Replacement Theory, which is a white supremacist conspiracy theory, and it's play that clip or any clip of them talking about it, and it, to anyone who's not being purposefully obtuse, it should be clear as day. Yeah, I just discovered. I know I have not really showed you this neck of the woods, but you've heard me talk about like Valuetainment and the Patrick Bet David podcast. He's got this one co-host on there that apparently has his own podcast, Adam Sosnick. Adam Sosnick is very fucking stupid. Didn't know he was Jewish though. Just learned that. That it's relevant because he has an anti-Semite on his program to debate. The funny thing about when I was going through this podcast though is Nick, because again he's in a public setting, he's gonna have it turned down a little bit. Again, still abhorrent and disgusting and vile. Which I'm sorry, reminds me. Mom had heard about the Your Body My Choice, but she hadn't heard about like the doxing or anything. When I asked, I don't know how it came up. I think she brought up the Your Body My Choice shit, and I was asking like if she knew who Nick Fuentes was. And she said, "Oh, I've heard of him. He's disgusting. He's vile. Who was he again?" I just thought that was very, very funny.
God.
So like I said, he's got his rhetoric turned down a notch, but it's still there. But the funny thing is that Adam Sosnick is being way more bigoted than Nick Fuentes is on this podcast. Like any chance he gets, he's saying something fucked up about the black people on the panel or women. And I mean, shot for shot, he goes out of his way to be bigoted more times than Nick Fuentes. Nick only did it when he was like provoked or asked about what he believes. Nick has also been accused of like watching child porn apparently, or I don't know the whole story behind that one. I'm not surprised. I wasn't surprised to hear it, so I don't remember. I don't know if I knew this or not. But so the panel is made up of Nick, a Republican congresswoman from Illinois, a couple other people, and this Andrew Tate ripoff guy called Alpha King Nema. And I hate this guy, obviously, but the purpose that he decided to serve on this panel is literally just trolling the fuck out of Nick whenever he can. He doesn't even try to have a debate. He just is an awful troll to him, and it's fucking hilarious. So this is during the introductory part of the podcast, and Nema is introducing himself. He's sitting next to the congresswoman from Illinois, who is very attractive. Oh, sorry, yeah, he's wearing shorts, and that was a point of contention for the host. And so this is his. The shorts comment were like a minute and a half ago, but he didn't get a chance to make this joke, and so here we go.
I do like I do like shorts, but honestly, my dick's too long for pants nowadays.
There we go.
Anyway.
All right. Just talk.
That doesn't make any sense. If your dick's too long, it's too long for shorts, buddy. A dick can't be too long for pants unless the dick is coming out of your ankles.
That would be insane.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
Oh.
But yeah, so he as he's saying my dick's too long for pants, he is staring into the back, into like the side of the woman's head next to him. She's not noticing, but he is like, as he says, my dick's too long, he turns to look at her as if it's some sort of like pickup method where like, oh, you got to look at her mouth while you're talking to her. That's going to turn her on type shit. So he says that his dick's too long for shorts while staring daggers at this woman, and then and then he tells his backstory and how he's married. And while he's talking about being married and definitely faithful to his wife, he's again staring at this woman. It's like weird psychological weirdo shit.
Sort of odd that I'm actually like married and faithful to one woman and pretty traditional family values, and that's
it's sort of odd how I'm like married and faithful to one woman and definitely not trying to fuck this girl next to me. It's sort of odd.
For a guy in like this niche of
he's not wrong.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. Especially being faithful to your wife, because without
which I definitely
being
am
faithful to their wives, if men were faithful to their wives, that would solve a big part of the degeneracy in our society. So
and then she agrees. All right, so that was just a little funny thing that's totally irrelevant. Now I'm gonna.
Good to hear. Well, we'll have that discussion today. Yeah. With that being said, let's. Well, Malik is here.
Oh yeah. Okay, so here's the first two bigoted things that the host says was something like it was just some remark that was like he tried to make like really quickly about how like women suck the energy out of men, and then he threw shade at his co-host, a very pretty black woman, or she could be Filipino or something. I don't know. A very pretty woman of color. And he makes some remark about like she's got like a nickname that has like hooked on phonics Nat. And again, I don't have the context because I've never listened to this podcast before. I think it's some nickname she's acquired because we find out later when they read the super chats that she is like almost illiterate. So I thought he was like just being racist or something, but I've left that out because. Then he introduces the producer, Malik.
Malik, yep. Malik, say hi to the camera.
What's up?
Give us your age, how many felonies you've committed, and what?
What?
No, he's a good man.
Came out of nowhere. He didn't ask that question for anybody else. Just, hey, black guy, how many felonies do you have? I'm just kidding. And yeah, and it's really funny because he gets very sensitive later in the podcast when Nick says he likes Hitler and stuff, and it's just classic stuff. All right, now I just want to get to the part where Nima starts trolling Nick, and then we're done.
Your community.
Do you with me?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Talk about the full context of that.
I just.
It's like
I've never encouraged violence in real life.
Okay.
What Mike? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. No, I literally watched you, Nick.
Oh, and in this troll, it comes out that Nick is friends with I always forget his first name, but Zerka, that guy that we discovered.
Danny.
Huh?
Danny
Zerka? Is that it? No, I don't think. You're thinking of Danny Zuko.
I think I did this last time too.
But no, we discovered when we were talking about the Isabella Moody, she had that guy on her stream, and she was talking about basically having her infant a virgin for him and could marry when later on.
God.
And then we connected it and realized that he was one of the two guys that has a Twitch show where it's like a dating show, but like they consistently have like 15-year-olds on there.
Yeah.
So Nick Fuentes is friends with this guy.
Okay.
Just more lore.
That if Hitler were alive, you and him would gang up and murder a black man that was littering in your community.
Do you want to talk about the full context of that?
I just found.
I'd love to know what context absolves that fucking statement, dude. That's so awesome.
That rich because in my old neighborhood in New York City, if you use the N-word, they would fuck you harder than the child porn, I guess, you watch.
What are you talking about? Child?
It's such a stilted. Again, Nima, not a powerhouse in the brain department, but I gotta give it to him. He was an excellent troll. He can't put together words really well. And what he's trying to say is that Nick would get fucked harder for saying the N-word than the children in the CP he watches get fucked.
Porn?
I think your whole crew is packed with pedophiles.
Oh.
What happened to your
And it would seem he's correct.
friend Ali?
Ali is somebody I went to Stop the Steal with. He was there doing his own event. By the way, what is this? So is this everybody gangs up on me?
Hold on. Let's be clear. Hold on.
And then 53.
Education equals freedom. I don't.
52. Oh, getting an ad. I'll never get YouTube Premium. Never.
At Harbor Freight, we do business differently from the other guys. We design and...
I don't necessarily buy that getting a college degree is the ticket that it used to be. So everyone needs to go to college to get freedom.
I
don't know
agree with
that.
that, but then why are you saying that women in particular shouldn't go to college
why.
and they should be... Look, no. Let me.
Staunch in his opinions, celibate, Michael, ladies' man.
Man of
What's
God.
your take?
Man, maybe I am
man of God.
You don't know.
Nat, virgin. Maybe there's something here, Nick. I don't know. I don't know if you like the dark meat, but we can have that convo. What's your
Crazy, wild, uncalled for, unsolicited. What the fuck?
advice for men, women, families? What do you see out there?
Yeah, you know.
Okay, I think that was the only reason we came to that timestamp, was for him to say dark meat. 1 hour, 24 minutes, 45 seconds.
Ali.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I mean I've been canceled for standing up to toxic feminism. I lost about 800,000 followers on TikTok. I empathize with both of you, but I just wanted to chime in on what Michael said because I agreed with it on you, Nick, and I do think you're being pretty professional and you seem like a nice guy in person. To your credit, you know. Now to what Michael said, you do complain that people, you get angry that people are complaining that you use the N-word, that you said Hitler is very cool, but 45 minutes ago you threw a huge fit whenever anyone here brought up the accusations of you watching child porn.
I don't think that's an accusation. Who's accusing me of that?
I mean, I think Ethan Ralph. I think quite a few people online have talked about you being a closet homosexual as well and watching child porn. I mean, it's. I think you know what I'm talking about. And
Nima, where you?
It's really funny that those are on the same plane to these Neanderthals.
No, literally. I was just thinking the same thing.
And the fact that it said second almost implies that it's worse.
Getting the story from. Attack, I mean, what evidence do you have for any of this? He could speak for himself.
That you're a closet homosexual?
Yeah. What's the evidence?
I think enough people have told me. I think it's been all over it.
So what's the evidence if you know?
Me when telling mom, like Candace Owens' husband is gay. Listen, I've heard enough people say it on the internet that I basically believe it. It's a fact.
Yeah.
What's the evidence that you're straight?
What's the evidence that you're straight?
You said I'm gay.
That's an awesome comeback,
man.
Let's
hear it. What's the case?
I think there's been at least 2 people in your group that have basically been caught.
There's a couple other times where Nima chimes in and accuses Nick of having a micro penis, but I think I was so dead to the world at that point from listening to 2.5 hours of this shit that I forgot to take down the time codes. But yeah, that's about it. Okay, Sarah, go ahead and do your job.
Why don't you do it this time? Because I want it to be enthusiastic.
All right.
And I can't do it this time.
Okay. Well,
I'm
guys.
sorry.
No, it's fine. Well, guys, I'll be doing Sarah's job today because the show ran a little long and she did a clopin. So I will gladly take... My brown ass will gladly take your job.
Oh, wow.
So guys, subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.com/TVPPOD. That's T as in tinnitus, V as in Victrolius, P is in penis, P is in penis, O as in oenus, and D is in Dennis. That's patreon.com/tvppod. We've got hella nudes, feet pics, ass pics, butthole pics, Spready Gibbs pics. We've got bonus episodes. We've got extended episodes. We've got pilot episode visualizer, or not pilot episode, but episode 1 visualizer. I'm also planning on releasing a couple parody songs directly to the Patreon. We had one that I almost did last week, but that really would have been better prior to the election, before we knew that we would reelect the devil. And then also I was going to do one this week that it seemed relevant enough to the topic. It's sort of a Jeff Epstein, P. Diddy inspired parody, and it's obviously, if you think about those two subjects for 2 seconds, it's extremely inappropriate and out of context would just be so fucked. Also, I just didn't have time to record it, and that was a blessing because I realized, it's kind of fucked. And if I were to put it on YouTube, I'd have to censor it, and I may still do that with this particular one, but
we're turning into Tyler Hansen. We have to post our stuff on behind a money wall, or else we'll get censored.
These parodies are musical truths, and the Illuminati is trying to silence me, specifically because I'm trying to expose their pedophilia with this parody song. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to post those directly to Patreon. The pedophile one I may do, like, maybe we'll do I might do that like on an episode, but that episode will be a Patreon exclusive. I haven't decided, but it may turn out that I just release the songs as is on Patreon, so look out for that. And I think that does that. Yeah. So, subscribe to Patreon, patreon.com/tvppod. Follow all of our socials. You can find every platform we're on by going to linktree.com/thevillagepeoplepod. And we're on YouTube. We're on wherever you're listening right now. We're on Amazon. We're on Apple Music. We're on iHeartRadio. We're on Deezer. We're on Google Music or Google Podcasts, whatever the fuck. Spotify, obviously. We're twitter.com/tvppod or
X,
Twitter.
Yes, Twitter,
X formerly Twitter.com, the everything app. All that /TVP pod. Just kidding. At TVP pod. On Instagram, we are at the Village People Pod. We'll be back next week. Holy shit, this was 3 hours. We'll be back next week. One of these days, I'll get the motivation to schedule a guest.
Please.
That doesn't mean you're off the hook, but I'll also work on getting a double guest booked, so that way maybe you could be off the hook. Until next time, I've been Alan Zachary. I've been me.
Oh.
Till next time.
Wow.
I've been Zack, and I've been your podcast host, and Sara has been your podcast co-host,
and I've just been here.
And we're just chilling in Cedar Rapids. See you guys next week. Sara?
Bye. Goodbye.
I love that you just say goodbye and bye. I mean, I know you're tired, but every week you do that.
Because it's me. It's...
TV.